That's hit deep into left, and that's out of here. Safe.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Jefferson Softball Complex. Today we have a terrific matchup between rivals in the MCCAC and the Region 16 teams. Jefferson College, of course, is the home team, and the Three Rivers Raiders are visiting. Three Rivers is wearing their gold and black, and I guess that's their version of their yellow. Normally they wear yellow and black, and of course the Raiders are from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Today's game, again, is one of the early contests in the conference, which is the Midwest Community College Athletic Conference, and those schools are Jefferson, Three Rivers, Mineral Area, East Central, the three St. Louis community colleges, and Lewis and Clark. Pitching for the Vikings today is number 16, Brittany Sitton. And doing the catching today is Christina Fraley. And we'll get to the infield and the outfield for Jefferson here in just a minute. We're about ready for first pitch. Up at the plate for Three Rivers is number 10, Mallory Siebert. She'll be playing center field for the Raiders today. That one's popped up and out of play down the third base line. Two strikes on the hitter. Everything behind the camera today is bundled. We're probably at temperatures near 40 to 42, and everybody is bundled with gloves on. And Siebert lines one down the third base line. For a double. And up next for the Raiders is Lorelei Backfish. She is number 2, and she'll be their shortstop. Swing and a miss, and a lot of action covering second base as the Three Rivers runner Siebert got off pretty far. Looks like we've got maybe 50 to 60 fans, and as we mentioned before, the temperatures in the air are very cool today, probably between 40 42 degrees, and everybody is bundled up and lots of jackets on all the players. Just a cool spring day here in Hillsboro. That count on Backfish, 2 strikes. Sitton has been a very, very impressive pitcher throughout the early season. Backfish pops one out deep behind third base, and Jefferson shortstop Steph Price tracks over and makes easy work of that one for the first out of the game.
Hey, look your back, go one. Be quick over here.
Lauren Renagel is up at the plate for the Three Rivers Raiders. She'll be doing the pitching for the Raiders once they take the field.
Get her, get her.
Strike call on the play. And then a quick throw to third base and a sliding play by the runner and a sliding tag by Steph Price, the shortstop. And we gun out with the strong arm of Christy Fraley, the runner from second to third. And Renagel hits a fly ball, medium fly ball out to left field. Tracked in for a third out of the inning. And up to bat in the bottom half of the first will be the Jefferson College Vikings, being led off by Jenna Clayton, Steph Price, and Gina Melton. We'll be right back. And here we are in the bottom of the first inning, and right fielder Jenny Clayton slaps at one and fouls it straight back. Again, as we mentioned earlier, Lauren Renagel, who came to the plate in the top of the first, is pitching for Three Rivers. And Jenna Clayton looks at another one. Evens the count at 1-1. Jenna Clayton is one of several left-handed hitters on the Vikings team this year, and all of these left-handed hitters, as you will see, that come up to the plate, all have very, very quick bats, very smooth in their bat control. Very, very good hitters. Several good left-handers, and Jenna is one of those. Jenna looks at a ball high there. Mentioned earlier as well that this is an MCCAC and a Region 16 game. Very important contest as the 19-2 Jefferson College Vikings want to continue to improve on that outstanding record. The Vikings are ranked in the top 20 in the nation in the Division I NJSA poll right at the moment. And there's that bat control as Clayton slaps one just out of reach of the third baseman, almost directly behind the third baseman, and takes advantage of a miscue and grabs second base in the process. Shortstop Steph Price comes up to the plate, takes a big hack and fouls one directly back behind. Pitch right at the knees by Renagel. Price blasts a changeup right down the middle of the plate and hit that ball about as hard as you could hit it. Went all the way to the fence, scoring Jenna Clayton. And again, a double by Steph Price, our shortstop. That prompts a timeout by Three Rivers to regroup on the mound and talk about things.
And
number 11, Gina Melton, can't wait as she steps into the box during a timeout to get ready to hit. Coach Jack Childress from Three Rivers didn't like what he saw. Again, Steph Price took a changeup right down the middle of the plate and waited on it beautifully and smacked it all the way to the left field wall for a double. Melton looks at two pitches and they're both out of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. That one's fouled up right behind us. That takes the count 2-1 to Gina Melton, who is the Viking third baseman today. That pitch evens the count at 2-2. Steph Price on second base. Melton makes a great hip turn on a ball and pulls it just foul. Had that ball been a foot or two to its right, that would have scored Price. Maybe we'll get that same result here on this next pitch. And Melton hits one of the second basemen for a 4-3 putout. And up comes some power in the Viking lineup, and that power would be coming from Carrie Schmidt, number 55, and Carrie is a designated hitter today. And Carrie has certainly home run strength and can make this ball game out of reach here in this first inning with one swing. Again, a lot of good power from Carrie Schmidt, number 55. Carrie was a little too anxious and chases a bad pitch for the first out of the inning. Sorry, for the second out of the inning. And that brings Kendra Deering, who is playing first base today. Deering pops one out of play down the third baseline. I mentioned Deering is playing first base today, but she is perhaps the ace on the squad, the pitching squad here for the softball Vikings. Deering looks at a ball just trailed outside. Deering gets hit by a pitch, takes first base on that, and we're still in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. Vikings lead 1-0. And that brings to the plate Sarah Kreisel. Sarah is another left-handed hitter in this powerful Vikings lineup. Again, has a very quick left-handed bat. Lots of pop, lots of good quick hands. Shows a bunt and pulls back, but it's a called strike. Kreisel is patrolling center field when on defense. Sarah Kreisel. Pretty good pitch there. Low and away, and Kreisel takes a swipe and misses. Little confusion on what the count is. We've got 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Jefferson hitter is Sarah Kreisel. Now it's evened up at 2-2. Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagel. Kreisel slaps one to left field, but drops. That scores Kendra Deering. And gives the Vikings another run. Extends their lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And the catcher Christina Fraley comes to the plate. And Fraley grounds out to the pitcher. Ball hit right off the end of the bat to end the inning. Good production here in the early going for the Vikings. Ahead 2-1. You're watching JCTV, and I'm Athletic Director Doug Stahler. We'll be back for the top of the second here in just a second. And here we are again at Viking Field for the second inning, where Brittany Sitton is pitching for the Vikings. And up for Three Rivers is Danielle Grade, who quickly takes 2 pitches, and it's 2-0. Danielle is the third baseman for the Raiders. And she makes a bid for a home run that falls just short for the first out of the inning. And up next for Three Rivers is the designated hitter, Kendall Carter.
Come on, be sick.
Watch out now.
Whoa!
And there's a lot of fans enjoying today's game. Three Rivers is a very vocal group, and they're having fun, and so are the Viking fans behind us. Christina Fraley takes her glove off and shakes her hand a little bit. That stung. Sitton's throwing some heat today. Cool weather doesn't help anything. I'm sure that fastball is going to hurt just a little bit. Little pitch down and fouled straight back. Again, that's to Three Rivers hitter Kendall Carter. That pitch from Brittany just inside.
Strike. Strike.
Sitton's doing a great job of keeping that ball low and making it difficult for the first few hitters here in the Three Rivers lineup to get any good pitches to look at.
You come up here right now. You got to move around. One more. Whoa. Whoa. She's slow. She can't get through. She can't get through.
That ball by the Three Rivers hitter, Kendall Carter, was a line shot directly to left field. And she gets a double. And that brings Tyler Williams, who is playing right field for the Raiders today.
Are you having kind of problem down there? Okay, John sent him down, so to check with you, there may be a problem.
Just hang out.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Tyler Williams at the plate for the Raiders. And the delivery by Brittany Sitton quickly sets Williams down on a strikeout.
How did you do that?
And Jody Menz, playing first base for the Raiders, quickly steps up to the plate and takes a strike from Sitton. And again, we mentioned earlier, Sitton's keeping the ball down, always around that plate, making it difficult for the Three Rivers hitters to get any good looks at any pitches. Good pitch by Sitton, who is way ahead in the count. That puts the count at 1-2. And Sitton catches Jody Menz looking for the third out of the inning in a game where the Vikings lead 3-0. We'll be right back.
3-0.
Okay, Viking fans, here we are in the bottom of the second inning, and up to the plate is Kelsey Cruiser, playing second base for the Vikings today, and this is her first time at bat. She pops that one down the left field line, out of play. And we're still facing Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagel. Cruiser looks at one, low and away. That ball sails high. And Kelsey Cruz takes his base. And that brings Abby Rowland, number 2, the left fielder, up to the plate for the Vikings. And Rowland lays down a bunt and advances Cruiser to second base. that will bring right fielder Jenna Clayton up for her second at bat of the game. And Jenna slaps at one, fouls it back to the screen. And Clayton pushes the runner over, but is thrown out on a nice play by second baseman. 4-3 put out for the first out. And shortstop Steph Price, who had a terrific line shot to the left field fence in the first inning, gets under one, and it goes off of the top post of the fence, driving in the fourth run of the game. And Steph Price turns that ball that was inches from going over the fence into a triple. So far, Price is having a day. First two at bat, she takes 2 pitches off the fence. Gina Melton says, "Let me get into this fun," and she takes a hack at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Second pitch to Melton was just a little bit low. And the count is 2-1 to Gina Melton, third baseman. And Melton slams one down toward third, and Price, who is in foul territory, had to duck out of the way. It was hit so hard. First at bat, Gina grounded to the third baseman. Definitely a pull hitter. And the count goes full to Gina Melton. She hangs in there and fouls a pitch right back to the screen. And Melton flies out to center field, but the damage is done as the Vikings get another run in the bottom of the second to move the score to 4-0. Okay, here we are in the top of the third, and Three Rivers is up to plate, and it's Brittany Battenfield who is doing the catching for the Three Rivers Raiders here in this conference game. And the batter Battenfield tried to get out of the way on a changeup and just got nicked and took her base. And Shayla Kinsey, who sacrificed bunts, Battenfield down to second base, is the first out of the inning for the Three Rivers Raiders. And that brings Mallory Siebert back to the plate for her second at bat of the game. And Siebert slaps at one that goes straight back. And Brittany's sitting on the, towing the rubber on the field as the pitcher. Again, always right around that plate. Not giving the Raiders any good pitches to hit by keeping that ball down and changing locations and changing speeds. And Sinton has been able to do that consistently throughout the early portion of the softball season. Boy, Siebert's getting hacks in and balls are flying everywhere. And the umpires are conferring on that play. That's a strange 5-6-3 single out. But the ball deflected off of third baseman Gina Melton to shortstop Steph Price, who then threw out the runner at first base for the second out of the inning. And Sinton comes right back at the hitter, who is Londe Backfish. Pretty good pitch there, but the umpire did say it's just a tad bit low and inside. And Sinton is still throwing heat and gets her third strikeout of the game to end the top of the second inning, where the Vikings lead 4-0. You're watching JCTV and a MCCAC Region 16 contest between the Vikings of Jefferson College and the Raiders of Three Rivers Community College. We'll be right back. And back to the right side of the plate we come with Carrie Schmidt, who steps in with a Viking lead of 4-0 here against Three Rivers. And Carrie Schmidt is the designated hitter today. And Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagle throws a ball and a strike. Carrie Schmidt. Schmidt really turns quickly on one and fouls it straight down to the front of the dugout on the left field side. And Renagle throws a nice pitch there, changes speeds, and had Carrie Schmidt just out in front enough to foul it down to the third base line. And there's the fifth pitch to Schmidt. That runs the count to full. Lots of fan excitement today here at the ballpark.
You ain't got it.
Schmidt pops one here just in front of the on deck circle in front of the Jefferson dugout, and mini collision there by the pitcher and the third baseman for Three Rivers. bit, jumps out of the way on a called strike. And that brings number 19, Kendra Deering, back to the plate. Kendra scored a run in the first inning and quickly knocks one to the second baseman for the second out of the inning.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like.
And Sarah Kreisel, number 14, playing center field for the Vikings today, steps in and takes ball one. Kreisel had a base hit in the first inning. Actually drove in a run, one of the 4 here that the Vikings tallied in the early going. Kreisel looks at a strike. 2 balls and a strike here. Balls and a strike. Boy, that was a nasty pitch by Renagel. Low and outside. That one would have been tough to hit, but runs the count to a full count here. Kreisel slaps at one that goes straight down the first base line. Foul ball. She'll get another shot at putting the ball in play here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kreisel pops one up to shallow center field, and that's tracked in for the 3rd out of the inning. Vikings lead 4-0 here on JCTV. And welcome back, Viking fans, to the top of the 4th inning on a cool day here in March. And pitcher Brittany Sitton finds that plate again and throws a strike that's fouled straight back to the screen to Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagel. Sitton again is always around that plate. Anything that misses doesn't miss by much. And Sitton gets Nagel to get out in front of one. It's really a sharply hit ball, just foul down the left field line. Sitton takes just a little bit off and it trails high. Well, the batter asked for time, but the umpire didn't grant it.
She stepped out of the box. She stepped out of the box.
Nobody else for time, Coach. I'm sorry.
Do what? You can ask for time. They don't have to give it to you.
Yeah, Renagel gets a walk there. Everybody's a bit confused. All that happened was the batter stepped out and the umpire did not grant time. And the pitch stood, but it was a ball, so she takes her base. And that brings Danielle Grade to the plate for the Three Rivers Raiders. Danielle is the third baseman. And the ball gets popped right in front of the Three Rivers dugout, and it's just a tough play to field. Bobble it, and that puts the runners at second and first base with nobody out here in the top of the fourth. And that brings Three Rivers designated hitter Kendall Carter up to the plate. And she quickly takes a strike from Vikings pitcher Brittany Sitton. And Carter lines a shot right in between third baseman Gina Melton and shortstop Steph Price, and that loads the bases with nobody out. And this would give Tyler Williams from Three Rivers, the right fielder, a shot to drive in some runs. Let's hope our defense holds here. And with good pitching like Sitton's provided, I think we're going to be in good shape. But let's hope we haven't gotten ourselves in a hole here. Nobody out, bases loaded. 2 strikes on the hitter. Impressively, Sitton is not intimidated by this situation at all and keeps coming right to the plate, pitch after pitch. And Sitton responds to the pressure with a strikeout of Kendall Carter for the first out of the inning. Carter looking. And that brings Jody Menz to the plate. Menz shows bunt and swings away. And we had a bit of a bobble there on a 4-3 play, and Kendra actually got control and got the second out of the inning, but 1 run did score. And Brittany Battenfield for Three Rivers comes to the plate, and again we've got runners at second and third with 2 outs in the top of the fourth here. Always around that plate, Brittany Sitton. She's keeping the ball down and still working hard out there.
All right, 1 more.
Gets 2 strikes on Brittany Battenfield from Three Rivers, who is in the number 7 spot. Two here. Call this the battle of the Brittnys here. Is Brittany Sitton and Brittany Battenfield. And Battenfield gets the better of that and drives in 2 runs with a single to right field. As Three Rivers gets on the board in the top of the fourth here with 3 runs so far. It's 2 down. And Sitton just keeps charging and keeps coming right at each hitter time after time. And gets the first strike on Shea Kinsey. Quickly 2 strikes on Shea Kinsey from Three Rivers Community College. Kinsey fouls one down into the bullpen. 3 Vikings players converge on it and just can't get to it. Just run out of room.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Really working hard to get the 3rd out of this 4th inning. And sitting right around that plate, just a little bit low on outside. And sitting throws a strike to Shayla Kinsey and records her 5th strikeout of the game. But the damage is done. Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Vikings 4, Three Rivers 3. We'll be right back. And here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm Doug Stoller, Athletic Director, and want to take time to thank Tom Struckoff, producer for JCTV, for bringing this game to you today. And this is a key matchup between the Jefferson Vikings and the Three Rivers Raiders. And at the plate, we've got Christina Fraley. Christina grounded out her first time up at bat. And Fraley has a good eye. She looks at several pitches and takes her base. That brings number 13, Kelsey Cruiser, second baseman for this year's Vikings. Lauren Renagel is struggling a little bit on the mound. Finally gets a ball over the plate. And Cruiser lines one. Took a hard hop right past the shortstop for a base hit. And Abby Rowland steps to the plate, number 2. She is the Vikings left fielder. And Abby fouls one back and out of play. Abby fouls one straight back and very nearly takes out a fan. All those balls that go straight up toward the backstop always tend to come back to the field, and your first glance at it, you think you're safe, but if you're a fan, you've got to dive out of the way occasionally. There's another one. The catcher makes the play, but unfortunately for her, it hit the screen, and she caught it on the deflection off of the screen. But once it hits the screen, it's out of play, and Abby Rowland is still alive here.
Keep battling, Abby.
Okay. Got a lot of people confused here, runners and fans. Rowland strikes out on a swing. Catcher drops it, but again, first base is occupied, and on that play, she's got nowhere to run. The runners can advance at their own risk, but they were smart in staying where they were. Jenna Clayton steps to the plate. Jenna got a base hit in the first inning. And Jenna steps and slaps at the ball, fouls it directly to the dirt into the catcher's shin guard. Infield way in for Three Rivers. You've got a second baseman about 20 feet away from the pitcher. And Clayton slaps one over the head of the shortstop, and runners have to wait. A little controversy here. Ball really wasn't hit high enough for an infield fly rule, but it just out of the reach and forces the runner.
Best call.
And again, lots of confusion on the play as the umpires talk things over. But Clayton slapped one as and the original call was that it was a force out at third base, and I'm not sure what the argument was, but I'm assuming that Viking head coach Tony Cook believed that she pulled her foot off on a force play. And obviously anytime a call changes in a game, the opposing coach is going to come out and try to find out what the situation was. So we'll be interested to see how this ends up. But as it stands now, we've got bases loaded here with one out for the Vikings in the bottom of the fourth inning in a game where the Vikings lead by 1 run, 4-3. Okay, sports fans, we've had an interesting inning here, and now my interpretation is there are warnings and fingers being pointed. Having fun at the ball yard here in Jefferson County, and hopefully Steph Price will step up and increase this Viking lead. And Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagel steps right up and throws a strike. Not intimidated by the situation at all. And Price fouls one off her leg down to the third baseline. And Price pops one down the left field line.
Keep battling, kid. Keep battling. Base hit. Base hit. There we go. All we need is base hit. Don't chase nothing here.
Okay, that ball runs high and evens the count at 2-2 with one out, bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Price is still right on every pitch here and hits a line shot just foul down the left field line. And that prompts Three Rivers catcher Brittany Battenfield to talk it over with Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagel. They really don't have much choice here. Pitch to one of the Vikings' best hitters in Steph Price. Gotta bring it to her or force in a run.
Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it.
And Steph Price again has been a terrific hitter. pops that one up after 2 balls that went straight to the fence in the first 2 at bats, but she flies out to the third baseman. And that'll give the second out of the inning, but still have a great chance here for Gina Melton, the Viking third baseman, to knock a couple of runs in. And Gina Melton looks at 2 pitches, 2 balls and no strikes. Patience shown by Gina Melton. Looks at a strike, didn't like it. Oh, Gina Melton lines one to the third baseman for the third out of the inning. And welcome back to the Jefferson College Three Rivers softball game. These 2 teams always extremely competitive, and each season it seems as though the championships for the region and the conference always come down to multiple years between these 2 teams, and both very competitive teams, both fiery coaches. And we've got nothing different today here, where the Vikings lead 4-3, and Three Rivers comes to bat here in the top of the 5th, and Mallory Siebert leads off, and she led off the game, and she's playing center field for Three Rivers. And she lines a shot directly back at Brittany Sitton, who gets a glove up just enough to tip it away from her face.
What's your number?
And that brings Three Rivers player Rondé Blackfish. And she squares the bunt and pops one over the charging third baseman Gina Melton, and actually gets a hit on a bunt that probably in reality went a little further than she wanted it to, advancing the runner Mallory Siebert to second base. And Three Rivers pitcher Lauren Renagle up to the plate. And Renagle lines a shot directly to left fielder for the first out of the inning. And Abby Rowland had Renagle played just right, only had about 3 or 4 steps to come in on that ball. And that brings Danielle Grade from Three Rivers to the plate. And Sitton's velocity has not changed much. In fact, I might even consider that the velocity has gotten a little bit better as the game for her has gone on. And early in the contest, Christina Fraley was shaking her hand because the velocity of the ball was stinging, and it's a cool day out. But Fraley just keeps coming right back to the plate, frames everything in very nicely for Brittany Sitton. But it's easy to do as Sitton's always around that plate. And another ball hit to Abby Rowland in left field is going to keep both runners at first and second. And Kendall Carter, DH, back up for Three Rivers. Kendall got a double in the second inning and scored in the fourth. And Brittany Sitton just keeps firing smoke right into the plate area, in and out, changes speeds. Again, so far a terrific game. Two down here in the top of the fifth. Three Rivers runners at second base. Kendall Carter at the plate. And that pitch fouled straight back to the screen. 2-2 count here, and Fraley looks down to get a sign. And Kendall Carter follows suit with the rest of the Three Rivers hitters and lines out to Abby Rowland, the left fielder. Abby took care of every out in that inning.
Wait, Abby.
In a game that sees the Viking lead by one, 4-3. We'll be right back. And Carrie Schmidt steps in. Carrie has had a frustrating day so far, and I expect her to break out of it here before game's end, but she struck out twice. And Carrie is the number 4 hitter, so Coach Cook has her in that spot for a reason, and obviously she's got good power and can break out at any moment and change a game for your team.
Let the ball carry.
And Smith fouls one, bounces one down the third baseline to stay alive. And Smith does get on base. She gets a dying duck single over the shortstop. And we've got a couple of changes here. We've got Schmidt heading out of the game and Amanda Afalter, who comes in to run for Schmidt. And what we see at the plate here is Kendra Deering. And that's the second time today Kendra Deering is hit by a pitch. And that gives nobody out here, and runners at first and second base for Sarah Kreisel, one of these left-handed hitters in the lineup that's very dangerous, quick bat, quick hands.
Hey, we'll take that goal too.
Go a lot of different directions with the ball to make things happen here for the Vikings. And Kreisel gets a little reaction from the defense as she showed bunt, and third basemen start charging and player movement all over the field. And the fans scrambled, another one of those high pop-ups just along the backstop, sends everybody in the stands scrambling. Probably good that that happens today because we've still got some frosty temperatures. For a spring day, anything 45 and below is considered chilly, and that's what we've got here today. But nevertheless, it's been a great environment for a National Junior College Athletic Association ball game. And Lauren Renagel lets that one sail outside just a little bit here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And we've got a 2-2 count with Sarah Kreisel at the plate. And Kreisel wants to regroup a little bit and calls time and steps out of the batter's box.
Give her a bucket.
And Kreisel now looking at a count of 3-2, and looks at ball 4. And that loads the bases for catcher Christina Fraley. And the other coach, Childress, for Three Rivers, wants to talk things over with the infield here in a bases loaded situation with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And we start to see a little action down in the Three Rivers bullpen. Looks like they get a couple of people up and get them moving around. We'll hope that number 10, Christina Fraley here, can drive home a couple of runs and extend this 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Laura Renego is regrouped and ready to pitch. And ball sails high. Fraley can afford to be selective here. There's 2 balls at the same place, and got a 2-0 count here. And 3 balls to the same exact location. And Christina Fraley needs to be patient. Ed Renego throws a strike. Puts the count at 3-1. Swing and a miss by Fraley makes the count full. Nobody out here. Bases loaded for the Vikings. And Fraley pops the next pitch straight back and out of play. And Fraley walks for the 2nd time today. And that'll score a run for the Vikings. And we've got an umpire conference here on the field. Not sure what that's about, but I get the feeling that hitter number 13, Kelsey Cruiser, doesn't care what the umpires are talking about. She wants to get up here and hit, and I hope they will not make this too long a delay. And Kelsey Kruger walked her first time up and got a base hit, and a run scored. Pretty good day. And it gets a little bit better as she looks at ball 1. Bases loaded here. Renego evens the count at 1-1. Cruiser's line shot, first base, is fielded nicely for a force out at first, but a run does score. And Abby Rowland steps in here. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th for Abby Rowland, who looks at 1 and bunts to first on a force out. But Sarah Kreisel alertly scores. Pitcher looked at the ball and looked the runner back on the force out. 2 down here. But Kreisel scores the third run of the inning. And that brings Jenna Clayton back to the plate. Jenna singled in her last at bat. And it looks at a couple of pitches here, 2 balls and no strikes.
Ball, 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 ball. Ball, ball.
Jenna Clayton in no hurry, and I think as rocky as Renagle has pitched here for Three Rivers, that's probably a smart thing to do. But she swings at strike 3 and ends the inning. But again, more damage is done here by the Vikings. They score 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and they'll take a 7-3 lead into the next inning. Okay, here we are in the top of the 6th inning, and we've got a change here with the hitter who will be replacing Tyler Williams, and it looks like Hannah Grant will step in.
Forget something, number 1.
And Hannah Grant leads off the top of the 6th inning for the Raiders. Takes ball 1. And in the groove still is Brittany Sitton. Throwing strikes always around the plate. When she misses, it's still close, and quickly dispenses of the player that entered the game, Hannah Grant, on strikeouts here. And Jody Min steps in and looks at a ball from Brittany. And Brittany comes back and evens the count at 1-1 on a ball that sailed up just a little bit beyond the swing.
What? Just kidding.
And again, Sitton's rhythm is outstanding at the moment. In a pretty good zone around that plate. Nice pitch low. Evens that count at 2-2. And again, Mans shows bunt with 2 strikes, but pulls back on a great pitch by Sitton for her 2nd strikeout of the inning. And Brittany Bottenfield, the Three Rivers catcher, steps in. And Sitton gets a pop out to right field to end the inning. Sitton's got 7 strikeouts in this game and is really in a good zone here. We'll hope that she can close out this next inning after the Vikings get a few more runs here. But they hold a 7-3 lead going into the bottom of the 6th inning against Three Rivers Community College. And welcome back, and we've got the heart of the lineup coming up, and this group of young ladies is very capable of getting a few runs on the board. And Steph Price leads off with a bunt that turns into her being on third base. So the bunt attempt by Steph Price lands her at third base, and that's going to give Gina Melton an opportunity to drive in another run. But errant throws by the Raiders players allowed Price to get to third base. And that's a shallow pop-up to right field, and Price tags, but very intelligently retreats back to third. I don't think there was enough room, even despite the arm of the right fielder, there wasn't enough room to score on that play. So very smart play by base runner Steph Price.
Come on, Carrie.
And that brings four-spot hitter Carrie Smith back to the plate. Carrie got a base hit, had her last at bat. And looks at something low to even the count at 1-1. And ouch. I can feel that one on a cold day like this. Temperatures 45 or below, and you foul that one off of your ankle. And I hear our fans behind her saying, I just hit a home run so you don't have to run, despite that ankle hurting right at the moment. And Carey looks at a ball there that trailed just outside. And in the top half of that inning, when Hannah Grant came to bat, Hannah has stayed in the game as the pitcher for Three Rivers. And Carrie Smith will take her base on a pitch inside that hit her in the calf. So I would imagine Carrie Smith's going to need some ice after the game to have a little therapy on those two balls that have hit her in the right leg. And Kendra Deering looks things over with runners at first and third. And Kendra was hit by a couple of pitches, grounded out earlier in the game as well. And Kendra pulls one right down foul, just 3 or 4 feet outside the third base.
I don't mean to bring this up right now, Kendra, but I'm beating you in the room with friends.
And again, the conference here at the plate looks to be about some substitutions of some sort. And that's what we have. Carrie Smith actually re-entered the game as we had Amanda Afalter run in the previous inning for her. And she re-enters to hit, but now she's exited the game, and I believe she's got to stay out of the game this time. And that was Lucy Walter coming in to run for Carrie Smith, and she promptly steals second base to give runners at second and third for the Vikings, and they're in position for Kendra Deering, who's at the plate. And a passed ball allows Steph Price to score another run for the Vikings. And that allows Lucy Walter to move to third base after her stolen base. And Deering smacks one and difficult to see from where we're at, but had it been straight, it might have been a home run, but she's still back at the plate. And Deering hangs in and fouls that one just off of her fists.
Get out! You can put it
Okay, folks, that first ball that was foul was out of play, but Deering made sure on that one and has hit a home run here.
You can put on board! Yeah!
As she drives in Lucy Walter, who had entered the game running for Carrie Smith,
Did you like that?
which will give the Vikings their third run of the inning and increase their lead to 10-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A lot of run production here today by these young ladies.
Come on, Sam. Good eye.
As Sarah Kreisel, number 14, steps in and looks at ball one. And Kreisel lines one right up the middle.
Keep going, Chrissy.
And Christina Fraley up next, takes a strike. And Kreisel steals second base. And Coach Childress comes out to talk it over with relief pitcher Hannah Gant and gives the other Three Rivers pitcher a little time to warm up. And again, these pitchers do need some time to warm up today. We've got some chilly temperatures, and it'll take these young ladies a little bit more time to get prepared to come into a game. So not a perfect environment for any relief pitcher. But things are a bit cool here in Viking Field today. And Christina Fraley still at the plate. And Fraley hits a short fly ball to dead center field for the second out of the inning. And Kelsey Cruiser, the Vikings second baseman here in the bottom of the sixth, steps up and looks at the first strike. And strike number 2 comes in. And fortunately, looks at that one. A lot of folks here think that was a strike, and it looked like a pretty good pitch.
Good eye.
And that ball's down in the dirt, evens the count at 2-2 for Cruiser.
What about that one?
Cruiser's walked and singled today. And has a strikeout as she looked at that one for the third out here in the Vikings 6th, where they lead 10-3 against the Raiders of Three Rivers Community College. You're watching JCTV, and we'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning. Okay, here we are in the top of the 7th inning, and Brittany Sitton is going after a complete game. She's currently struck out 7 and only allowed 3 runs here against a potent Three Rivers team. Been one of the stronger pitchers of the season so far. And Brittany is a sophomore from Winfield High School in Foley, Missouri. And again, it's been very, very impressive. But again, made that one just a little bit too sweet. And that one's hit out of here by Shea Kinsey from Three Rivers. That will give Three Rivers 4 runs here. But again, as long as that doesn't upset Sitton, I think she's going to be fine as we are holding on here as Viking fans to a 10-4 lead in the top of the 7th inning. And that brings Mallory Siebert to the plate for the Raiders. And again, another great pitch by Sitton, low and outside corner. And Mallory Siebert steps and slaps one that goes foul down the left field line.
Are you coaching? You got holes in your pants.
And Siebert slaps at one. Abby Rowland tracks it down near the left field line for the first out. And Abby has had a lot of action out in left field today. Had several putouts. And Sitton comes right back to backfish for Three Rivers, who's hitting in the number 2 spot with a strike.
Check the birth certificate.
And backfish fouls that one straight back and out of play over the backstop. Sitton looking very relaxed in this top of the 7th inning. Taking a good lead in and striking out backfish for the second out. Caught her looking. And that's going to give Sitton her 8th strikeout of the game. And starting pitcher Lauren Renagel steps in and looks at a strike from Sitton. And Renagel lines a shot that's beautifully caught by right fielder Jenna Clayton to end the game. Jenna went to her knees to make the catch, and again ended the game that is won here by the Vikings by a score of 10-4. There will be a doubleheader following this game. The teams always take a break, about a 20-minute break to allow pitchers time to warm up, and they'll need every bit of that time today as we close out this game with a Viking win 10-4. For Tom Struckoff, the producer of JCTV, I'm Doug Stoller, Athletic Director, and we want to thank you for tuning in. This moves the college Viking record to 20-2 on the year and a key NJCAA Region 16 victory over the Three Rivers Raiders. We'll look forward to seeing the Lady Vikings here in several more games throughout the spring, but they do have a long road stretch coming up through the month of April, so we'll see them a couple of more times, but we're really proud of what we see out of the nationally ranked Jefferson College Viking softball team. Great job today, ladies. We'll see you next time.